What was it that attracted you to the Mets?
It was a little bit of everything, you know. For the most part, it was the fact that I could tell they were putting together a pretty good roster, and one I think is going to have a pretty good shot at pushing pretty deep in the playoffs and hopefully make a World Series run. So it's definitely something I wanted to be a part of. For me, I'm probably getting towards the tail end of my career, so winning's definitely big for me. And they also, you know, were I was fortunate enough they made the best offer, so it was pretty easy decision.
You know, the Rays widely are known as an organization that's very pitching forward. How did they help you as a pitcher, even at this stage of your career?
A lot, actually. They got it figured out over there. It's analytics to everything's positive. You know, they like in the past, a lot of like pitchers meetings you go into, there's like, all right, well, you can't pitch this guy this way and you can't do this to this guy. Their whole philosophy is revolved around positivity and telling you what you can do and what you're good at and finding what you're good at and pushing that forward and just making you do that more. And they build a lot of confidence in you, and they simplify things a lot.
For you personally, when you say they talk about focusing on things that you're good at, what did they tell you? What are you specifically good at?
For me, my stuff plays, the way they looked at it is horizontal. I have a lot of horizontal movement. So for me, it's playing my two-seamer and my cutter off of each other. So they kind of hold the same lane, whereas my two-seamer will run, let's say, away from a right-handed hitter, and my cutter will run back in to a right-handed hitter. So you play those off each other. And my changeup has a little base, kind of similar to my fastball, but it has a little depth to it, a little more depth, and then I have the big sweeping slider. So it's basically you playing the this way game.
Aaron, how'd you develop that sidearm delivery?
I was in high A, wasn't pitching well. I was never really over the top, but I was higher than I am now, kind of like a mid-high 3/4 slot. And for whatever reason, it wasn't working out. And the pitching coordinator came into town and was like, "Hey, you ever tried throwing sidearm?" And I was like, not necessarily sidearm. You know, I played around like fielding ground balls, like I'm at shortstop and throwing, and you mess around playing catch, but nothing I ever like actually tried to do. And we ended up messing with it then that day, throwing a bullpen, and then I actually got in the game that night and pitched sidearm that way, and it worked out pretty well. And he come talk to me after the game and said, "Hey, whatever we did today and what you did during the game," he goes, "stick to that." He goes, "and you're gonna be all right." And I said, we just kind of ran with it from there.
What is it that makes you so dominant against lefties? And is that something that, you know, you view yourself as? Do you view yourself as a guy who's a lefty specialist?
I've always hated being coined as a lefty specialist. But in the beginning of my career, I faced both guys, lefties, righties. I remember coming in the games and there would literally be 5 right-handers coming up to the plate, so it didn't really matter. So for me, I think being coined as that lefty specialist always kind of bugged me a little bit because I know I can get, you know, lefties and righties out. But that being said, I know being a sidearm left-hander, my predominant job is going to be getting left-handers out.
Well, Aaron, we so appreciate you spending so much time with us. Good luck here as you wrap up the offseason, and we'll see you soon enough in spring training.
Thank you. I enjoyed meeting you and look forward to seeing you all this spring.